Set, ready, 10 Lobo.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
Bam, bam. Cut.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. Here the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
An early test for this defense. Here we go on 3rd and inches.
Check 9, check 9. He's checking, he's checking, he's checking.
Look, squeeze. Bravo.
57's Mike. Mike 57.
Right.
Here we go.
Shoot.
Back to throw here. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Deion Jones, the linebacker. And the return will stop right around the 25. Trying to get it that time to Stills. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts.
Let's go.
58, 58.
56, 56. You draw quarter.
Check 26, check 26.
Go.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. He was all over that route defensively. Now, they had 2 picks last week as a unit. Couldn't quite grab that one.
Patience, Grasshopper. Patience. It's early in this game, but you like the fact that they're around the football early. They're going to be upset they didn't haul that one in, but at least they're there at the moment of truth to make a play on it.
By the way, where did the Grasshopper thing come from? I know it's been around for a long time.
Yeah, you know, I'll have to tell you that some other time.
All right, back to football. Sharp there with his feet, gets him a little extra space, and then drop just inside the 20. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Mike. Right there in the middle. 55.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. DJ Chark with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. DeForest Buckner in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't, and a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Allen. Dancing to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Allen to throw again. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
He's going to air one out. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Running right, it's a handoff to Gordon. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Single receiver. Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
Mike 28. Mike 28. Watch the screen.
Yep.
Number 28. Mike. He's coming. Check in. You're not ready.
Alert 3.
Five.
Shift.
They'll look to throw. And he finds Stills, complete. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Come on,
so now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 49-yard line.
Undercross. Yes.
Check Mike 57. Here we go. Switch.
Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 50-yard line.
On the ready.
Switch
on travel.
Mike 28. Mike 28.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. Hey, here we go.
Hey, wahoo! Be driven.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
61, matchbox lights.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Lions on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
Coming after you. Mike 55. Mike 55.
Check right.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike.
Rock it.
I got you.
Slam. Jam.
Mike 55.
Smooth.
55.
They'll look to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Anthony Barr able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Now this is fielded in the end zone, so possession goes over here on the punt. And the Dolphins will start their drive at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home.
Brandon Cooks. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Brandon Cooks, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins strike quickly here for 6 points. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Look at me. Go.
Kill.
This is Gordon. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jerome Baker in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on, because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Following the penalty, here's Gordon. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Ready, break. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
I'm here all day.
Let's go.
2nd and 11. That Stills bringing it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Back to the ground now with Gordon. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. 1st and 10 right at the 20.
Mike 54. Mike 50.
Hey, lock it.
Guys, it's game situation. Let's go.
Please rip.
They're going to look to throw. For the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his tight end there, Kyle Rudolph. But now it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Mike 54. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 54 is Leo. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. You got nothing today. You got nothing.
They'll set up to throw.
Check 15.
Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And now nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and it's now 21-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, exit.
2nd and 4. Caught by Jones. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
Hey, Delta.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Airing one out for Boyd. And that is intercepted on the sideline. Wait, no. They'll say no. It was caught out of bounds. So this is just an incompletion here.
Now 2nd and 10.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. 2nd and 10. He completes it to Jones. The 20, 10, and he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Let's get off the field. Let's get
Back to throw again. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Hey, Alpha. 5.
He'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Jerome Baker racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag, because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. A shotgun give to Fournette, and he'll go down right around the 47 this time. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
We got it, we got it, we got it.
Allen now on first down. Flush to his right. And this one into the hands of DJ Sharp. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Fournette running out of the gun. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
He's tackled at the 7-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 7-yard line.
On 52.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hey, wahoo!
On play action, Allen. He's got it. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Mike. Right there in the middle.
Hey, tight.
Switch up. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Watch twist. Watch twist.
They'll try and run it in with Jones. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal.
At the 6-yard line.
Round 80.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
Top 10.
Check right, check right. Watch 55.
Hey, Haywood.
Mike 55, Mike 55, Mike 55. Time to go, night, night. Mike 55.
Middle.
55.
Now Allen. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Evan Ingram with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. And he's such a talented tight end, just creates nightmarish-type matchups on the other side.
He's so good that when we say tight end, we're almost damning him with faint praise, aren't we? Because he can do it all. He's as good as any receiver in the NFL.
Well, that's the deal. He's a wide receiver, just in a bigger body.
Bigger body, a matchup nightmare, and who's going to cover him? When I sit in the film session, I just look at the coach and say, really? Really? You're going to yell at me? You go cover him.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll try the right side this time here with Gordon. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. That'll go as a loss of 5. And it'll make this a 2nd and long.
We go. 30 base.
Watch the
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. I'll get him. Get him. Get him.
Seam 7.
2nd and 15. He completes it to Boyd. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 45-yard line.
And the Lions
Ready? Head over. X3. 218. Chop. Hit it.
Back to throw. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jerome Baker, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. And here's a throw taken in by Boyd. And he is down at the 48. A pickup of 4 that started at one 48-yard line and ended at the other.
brings up 3rd and 13.
Ready.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
General West. Smooth.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you feel like you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Second and a yard at the 29-yard line.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's get this.
Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
Now a chance to make that encroachment penalty really hurt. 1st and 5. Here's Allen to throw it. Able to shake him off. Eluding the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. Able to find a lot of empty space there, picking up the first down at a 21-yard gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. And now they'll throw with Allen. That's complete to John Ross. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. A Miami first down on the 14-yard pickup.
Hey, watch it, Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's
56. Hey, high 7.
Watch the curl.
First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Alec Ogletree. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6.
Second down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Hey. Check, 55 to Mike.
Hey, home.
To throw, it's Allen. That's going to be caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
It's going to be a long day. It's going to be...
Regular. Hey, Echo.
Check, 55, Mike.
Think you gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. DJ Chark, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point now by Boswell. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Dolphins 35, Lions nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Gets fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive.
And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He gets this one to Boyd. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Lions on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. This is 3rd and 4.
Watch the pass. Get it.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. First down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards.
Hey, box drop, box drop.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
We got double up, double up. Hey, check 24. Go.
They'll drop to throw. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Begin.
Look, squeeze. 6-6, pull it high. Hey, orbit. 55, you're out. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We on the fight.
Back to throw here. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. He's tired of me.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to go down again. DeForest Buckner make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it.
Tackles. Go.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Here comes the Lions punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Taken in at the 11. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup? Let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Just like that.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
I think that interception happened for 2 reasons. Quarterback gets outside the pocket and panics a little bit, and receiver doesn't make sure he's absolutely in an open spot. So there's a guy lurking, took the ball from him.
Yeah, so don't wave your arms, right, as a receiver if you're not wide open.
Got to know that you're open. Otherwise, just don't do it.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
We coming all day.
A big loss on the play brings up 2nd down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often, 2nd and 24. So a victory here for the Miami Dolphins. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a